I will add that Wasatch County, our Public Works Department, and our Director Kent Berg have been incredibly creative and conservative in how they've managed the department and used our resources. We're not hurting near as much. We've been able to accomplish a lot of our projects. There are more we could do, and we'd be in better shape if we had more money, but we've been able to keep the critical issues resolved, and certainly have some of the better snow removal when it comes to that issue. But that being said, we are short in money. We are picking up, continually picking up subdivisions now with more roads to plow, which takes more trucks, more people to drive the trucks, as well as maintain the asphalt in the roads. So Senator Van Tassel proposed a straight across the board 10-cent increase on the gas tax from 24.5 cents to 34.5 cents, and then Representative Anderson proposed a modified system that would take percentages that would essentially allow the gas tax to grow. The gas tax hasn't been changed since 1998, and there's no provision for inflation in the gas tax. So since 1998, we've lost well over half of our buying power in being able to purchase items, and in reality we've been hit twice because the mileage of cars has increased, which has somewhat reduced the amount of gas that's purchased, and so we got hit both ways. Actually got more cars using less gas, we can get the advantage of inflationary growth. Anyway, so Senator Anderson was trying to accomplish some inflationary capability in it and look for the future. There was a compromise made between the Senate and the House. The original bill that the House was putting forth didn't have anything effective immediately. It was going to look at something that would grow over time. And so what we ended up with was a bill, House Bill 362, that essentially effective January 1st, 2016, the 24.5 cents that we currently have on there, it will be changed to a 12% tax. And so instead of a fixed rate, it will be a percent. And to control the percent, they have what they call the rack price, which in my best ability to understand is the wholesale value, wholesale price of gasoline. And so they set a floor on the rack price of $2.45 a gallon with a ceiling of $3.33. So even if starting January 1st, 2016, if this is lower than $2.45, they'll use $2.45 to calculate what that value is. And using $2.45 and 12% will give us a 5-cent essentially automatic increase. Starting January 1st, we'll receive a nickel more per gallon into the fund, and that will be distributed. There's a B&C road formula that's for cities and counties. 70% of that goes to the state, to UDOT. 30% comes to the cities and counties based on a formula based on population and miles of road. Okay, and it's somewhat complicated, but I can show you some figures of what we'll get out of that. In addition to this portion in Representative Anderson's bill also is an option, a local option for counties to implement, I want to phrase this correctly, for counties to offer to the voting public an opportunity to vote in a 0.25% general sales tax. This would be a general sales tax on all goods, and that would be earmarked for transportation issues. Now, the county is the one that would have to offer that to at a general election. It has to be at a general election in November. It has to be offered, and the county can determine to do it or not to do it. As far as what we're hearing, Salt Lake County is definitely looking at doing it. Weber, Davis, Utah counties are probably looking at doing it, and many other counties are looking at it. we are going to be talking to Heber City. This will have an across-the-board effect in this way. Now, we don't have any transit service in Wasatch County, so these figures don't apply to us. We're down in this area right here. So in counties that don't have a transit service, out of that 0.25%, which is basically a quarter cent, 25 cents, or a quarter cent, not 25 cents, quarter cent.
Per $100.
Yes. 0.1% of that would go to cities, towns, and the unincorporated area of the county, and then it's across the board 0.15% to the county. What that means this is a chart that Association of Counties put together that gives an estimate. It was done by the Transportation Coalition, which is kind of spearheaded through UTA and Salt Lake County. But and these figures, depending on what agency you talk to, these figures could be a little different here or there. If they implement, well, this will happen. The 5 cent, going to the 12% at the rack price, 245, I think it was 248, will generate to Wasatch County $123,408. It's estimated in 2016.
That's B&C road fund or separate?
No, this is to Wasatch County.
Okay.
In addition to that, these are the municipalities within Wasatch County. Just scoot this over to catch them. So you can see Charleston, $5,200, Daniel, almost $8,800, Heber, $75,000, Hideout, $4,200, Independence, $4,500, Midway, $28,000, portion of Park City and Wasatch County, $529, Wallsburg, $2,700. So that's on its way. That's coming. Now the option portion, if the county were to offer to the electorate and the electorate were to pass in Wasatch County a 0.25% local option sales tax across the board, these figures I'm not so confident in because I've seen a lot of different figures on this, but we'll go with them for right now. Essentially would bring to the county, would bring this figure off of the 0.1%, 188,604, and this figure 579,370 off of the 0.15% for a total of 767,974. Then the rest of the municipalities would get these amounts as I described from over here. So it's quite a bit of money. If you took the two together, you're almost $900,000. So in your consideration, I know we're going to discuss this with Heber tonight, probably have discussions with Midway and the other municipalities at some point. And League of Cities and Towns is really pushing all the local cities and towns to get with the county and see where we want to be on this issue. One suggestion that I would have is if we were to look at the $767,000 portion, is to possibly consider earmarking, say, 10% of that to trails and trail maintenance. We have no current source of trail and trail maintenance. And this will be a yearly amount, and so an influx of this type of money, we could start to maintain some of these trails and add to them. In addition, the other money would go to upgrade and improve on a more accelerated level many of the roads we have in the county currently. A lot of the roads, for instance, I was just down at St. George, and we approved on for the road to pass on to the road commission a project for 12 South, which would come about in 2017 or 2020. So most of the county's planning, when we bring funds in from the state, we're out 5, 6, 7 years.